Now, with all the pieces in place, the expedition is ready to launch. Within 24 hours, they'll find themselves floating above a spot teeming with prospective specimens for Project Trojan.
Okay, both divers, be advised, Sue is going in the water.
But no one could have prepared them for what will happen next.
It just all unraveled.
It's morning, the day before the expedition. The staging is at the Loreto Bay Marina and Hotel, just minutes away from where fishermen are catching Humboldt squid in their nets. It is located on the east coast of the Sea of Cortez, about 100 miles north of Cabo San Lucas. This deep-water channel could also hold another large squid, the Architeuthis, commonly called the giant squid, and it is indisputably huge.
The giant squid, Architeuthis, and the Humboldt squid are very different animals.
Little is known about Architeuthis. What is known comes primarily from dead or dying specimens. Since the late 19th century, giant squid have sometimes become entangled in fishermen's nets or have washed ashore in New Zealand, Newfoundland, and Tasmania.
The largest known squid was 57 feet long from the tip of its tail to the tip of its tentacles, and it washed ashore in the 1920s in New Zealand.
At 60 feet, such an animal could equal the size of the seafaring vessels from centuries past. Columbus's Pinta, for example, was only 60 feet long. So could Architeuthis be the real kraken? Richard Ellis doesn't think so.
I think there's absolutely no truth to the stories of ships being attacked.
But what of the stories of attacks on man? Stories of squids killing people are anecdotal at best. To date, there is not a known, authenticated report of a fatal squid attack on a human. It's legend perpetuated in fiction, not fact.
Here, gentlemen, is your villain.
No biologist has ever seen a giant squid Architeuthis alive, so we don't know what they really do.
However, there have been several recent discoveries. In 2004, researchers from the National Science Museum of Japan Association hooked a 26-foot Architeuthis, 3,000 feet deep, off Japan's Ogasawara Islands, the first to snap pictures of a living animal. And in February of 2007, a New Zealand fishing vessel in Antarctica's Ross Sea hauled in the largest live squid ever caught, a 33-foot, 1,000-pound species known as Mesonychthys hamiltoni, or more commonly, a colossal squid, a giant comparable to Architeuthis.
Mesonychthys probably does not grow that long, but it's much, much heavier.
The colossal squid's beak is the largest of any squid, and their eyes are the size of volleyballs. But it is the little Humboldt that has the nasty attitude much more like the kraken legend. Pangaro fishermen have been catching Humboldt squid here for centuries, and while there is no proof of a monster-sized animal, they can attest to the creature's ferocity. In 1997, fisherman Liberto Arbos Rodriguez Cabo claims he was attacked by a Humboldt squid. Liberto was bringing his lure back to the boat after a long day of squid fishing. Little did he know, a Humboldt was in hot pursuit.
Y cuando metió la mano para jalarlo, este animal lo tomó y le abrió la piel. Él tomó el cuchillo.
Once you have this animal slam onto you, what can be a high rate of speed, then you get the chitinous ring teeth, suction cups grabbing onto you. But in the middle of all of those is this very large man-sized beak.
Imagine a 100-pound carnivorous macaw parrot and then its head can continue to bite and bite and bite and bite and take chunks out of you.
It'll actually subduct over the outside of it so that it cuts like two pair of big scissors. So it can bite onto you with incredible force.
And in the next 24 hours, these two men and their crew are going to try to find a monster-sized Humboldt. First, however, they must test their gear. They want no surprises on the expedition itself.
Yeah, copy that. So topside without microphone is clear.
Red Diver, this is Red Diver. You're coming in a little bit scrambled on my headset. I think maybe my earpiece is turned up too loud, over.
Okay, second check. How's that?
Yeah, that's a little bit better right there. That's better.
You guys got a clear mask?
Roger.
What we're trying to accomplish this first day is to just pre-check all the systems, exactly like we're going to be diving them, pre-dive them in the pool, make sure everything's fine.
We had some little glitches, which is why we always do this. They're all fixed up, so everything's a go.
Leah, I'm concerned about the storm. Can you tell me what the forecast is?
This expedition is ready to launch, but news of an approaching hurricane has the crew on edge.
Well, tomorrow we should start feeling the effects of it. We'll have some thunderstorms tomorrow probably, and noon our time, it was 300 miles southeast of Cabo, and it's moving northwest.
The hurricane itself has actually been pushing down on the water in the high pressure areas, and in the center of the eye it's been pulling water up.
The hurricane is expected to hit the Sea of Cortez in the next 24 hours. Nervous but undeterred, the crew heads out to their location.
Eric. Okay, very good. You?
The team is made up of Dale Pearson, Shauna Meyer, Robert Landereth, Eric Hextall, and Keith Lindquist. Each is an expert diver, and each will have a specific responsibility, ranging from jigging the squid lure to recording underwater audio and video. The first objective is to capture a live squid. This lure, known as Sue, has hundreds of pins that will entangle a decent-sized Humboldt without harming it.
Is that thing ready to drop? Scott wants it in his hands.
Okay, go. Jig's in the water.
I don't know if it has something to do with that hurricane coming in, but everything changed. Everything changed under the ocean. We're drifting incredibly fast. It's hard to stay down. We're drifting so fast that it's just dragging us through the water like a couple of fishing lures. And there's some big thing down there swimming around us, staying just out of sight. I don't really know what it is.
I got 1,000 pounds of fuel and 2,000 O2. Copy. Roger that. I'm going to switch.
They were saying we had like 15 squid or more right under the boat. By the time we geared up to get in the water, they're all gone.
All gone.
And then the squid that they had on the jig
Got away.
typically will find its way off the jig because they're not stupid. If you give them enough time, they'll get off. And this one got off the jig. So now we're locating back pretty much in the same area that we caught the first one.
So far, the team's efforts have yielded disappointing results.
Let loose the line.
But then, a break.
Off to the right, which is them over there, and that's squid.